The NBA draft is coming up soon, and the Lakers have the 22nd pick. So who should they draft? Well, that's assuming they keep the pick. Honestly, I think they'll try to trade it because when you have LeBron on your team, you're always on win now mode. So they'll probably trade the pick for someone that can contribute right away. But if they can't find a deal that works, or they just decide they need to draft a young player, here are the players they should consider. Ayo Dosunmu. He's a solid combo guard who has the ability to score from all three levels. He has good size at 6'5". He's a good all-around player. He averaged 20.1 points, 6.3 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and 1.1 steals. And last season, he was able to get 2 triple-doubles. His wingspan allows him to defend multiple positions, and his three-point shot is pretty good. He shot 39%. He definitely shows some promise. Cameron Thomas. Most people see him as a six-man type of guy, instant offense off the bench, kind of like Lou Williams. And the Lakers can definitely use scoring off the bench. They can definitely use another guy that can create his own shot. He made the SEC All-Freshman team and first-team All-SEC and averaged 23 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 1.4 assists, while shooting 40.6% from the field and 32.5% from three-point range. So pretty good numbers overall. Solid size at 6 feet 4 inches, 210 pounds. So he could be a solid pick. Trey Murphy III. This is a guy that worked out for the Lakers, and it's unlikely that he falls all the way down to 22. But if he is somehow still available by the time the Lakers pick, they need to snatch him. Murphy is your typical 3-and-D wing, which the Lakers don't really have. He shot 43% of his threes. He has good size at 6'9". He could be a really versatile defender. Speaking of versatile defender, Usman Garuba. He's probably the most versatile defender in the draft. He's a very accomplished player with Real Madrid. He won a Liga ACB championship, a Supercopa. He won the ACB Best Young Player Award and EuroLeague Rising Star Award. Very accomplished, kind of like Luka Doncic, not to that extent, but yes, very accomplished overseas. He's more of a big man than a wing, which is why he may fall, because he's a bit undersized at 6'8", and he's not really a threat from three. But he has the potential to be a really good, versatile defender, kind of like Draymond Green. He could be really good in a small ball lineup. He does have a 7'3" wingspan, which will help on defense. And if he's available at 22, I think he'd be a good pick. And finally, Duarte. Another very solid pick. He may not be the best player, but I think he's the most likely to be drafted by the Lakers. There have already been rumors that he's been promised to be drafted by the Lakers. He's a talented all-around scorer, but what will most likely translate to the NBA is his shooting, which the Lakers can definitely use. Probably his biggest weakness is his age. He's 24, which is ancient for the draft, especially for the first round. But the Lakers could probably use an older, more polished player with their veteran-heavy roster. So honestly, I'm not super invested in the draft like in previous seasons when the Lakers were actually in the lottery. So I didn't do extensive research and watch a whole bunch of scouting videos, and I'm sure a lot of you are the same way. And I'm actually glad to be in that position. When we were in the lottery, that's pretty much all we had to look forward to. But now we got bigger things to worry about, like free agency and competing for a title next season. And honestly, the stakes aren't that high for the Lakers in the draft. They could draft an absolute bust and still be fine for the foreseeable future. Obviously, that's not the outcome you want, You always want to get a good draft pick that can become a good cost-controlled asset. But unlike in previous years, our success and our future isn't dependent on the draft. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. The Lakers have historically drafted well in the late first round and second round, so I'm sure they've done their homework and will make the right selection.